people! Welcome to a Team-tastic edition of WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim. But sadly, there's no Ninja Boy. Why? He's got tonsillitis. Now, I don't know whether that's because he was shouting at Survivor Series, or perhaps he was shouting at his iPad when we were waiting on a network. That's normally his bit, but he's not here to do it. No, I think it's a bit more high-pitched than that. So, anyway, doesn't matter. He's not here because the poor little lad's in bed with tonsillitis, leaving me, Big Jim, to fly solo with you guys. Now, before we get on to the team-tasticness of the PCC that we're all now playing in a finger-tapping frenzy that we know and love, let me talk about WWE and Survivor Series for a minute, because BLD Beatdown on Sunday, we got it up around sort of midday UK time, so about 5 or 6 hours before Survivor Series began. Just the same as any of our other editions of BLD Beatdown, me and Ninja Boy just giving our thoughts and asking you to give your thoughts, and we all have a good bit of chat and everything. About an hour before Survivor Series started, I got an email from YouTube saying, WWE don't like this, you're using their footage in your video, that's not good. Now I was racking my brain thinking, well, we don't use any live footage, there's maybe a clip from a Twitter account or something. And then, of course, I realised there's a clip from the advert for Survivor Series that I'm sort of reviewing, previewing, call it what you will, within our video. Now, it's an advert, it's not actually sort of lots of concentrating on fighting or something, it's like little clips from an advert. The advert itself is like half a second on this face, half a second on that face. Now, the agreement that has been come to is that WWE are allowed to monetize the video. That means if there's any advertising around the video, they will place it. This is the video that I made with Ninja Boy, which is all us giving our opinions, and it's just a few second flashes of their advert for their show, which people will have paid, and actually we're just promoting their show. Anyway, they get to monetize our video. Now, in the grander scheme of things, one of our videos, we're like 50p, if that, with some of them, so we're not exactly, it's not going to break the bank, and we don't do this for the money, as you know, we're doing it for you guys out there, and because we enjoy it, that's why we're doing it. But for that 50p, and so I was thinking, am I happy about this? Not particularly happy about this, because we are, if you look at it, we're promoting their product. Having said that, I just thought if I dragged the video off, which I could quite conceivably do, then it's just taking it away from you guys. And you're part of the community, and I want you guys to be involved just as much as you always have been. So I'm going to leave the video up. And if WWE want to monetize it for 20p or whatever it is they're going to earn from it, fair play to them. I suppose that's why they're a big global conglomeration, and we're just two people in a little flat in London doing our thing. Anyway, rant over. We're going to carry on doing BLD Beatdown, only you're going to have to put up with our ugly mugs in the future, because obviously we're not allowed to show you even a glimpse of an ankle of someone from WWE while we're talking about it. Right, what I want to try and do this evening is, firstly, my King of the Ring legendary team. As you've seen, it's butt crack away from Survivor. I just want to see if I can just tease it, if I can just coax it into Survivor level and get myself in a Survivor King of the Ring. Probably get absolutely mullered, but it'd just be good to get there. And then secondly, take a look at some of the Team Action. Now, for anyone in the UK, it was hard enough for anyone to try and get into the game with all the network errors as soon as they launched the team event. By the time people from the UK, by the time we could actually get into it properly to play, it was about 11 o'clock on Monday evening. Now, if you think about it, say you go to bed around midnight and you get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, you obviously weren't going to be playing then. You've had during the day today, but of course if you're at work, at school, that's going to be pretty difficult. And then you come home this evening, well again, you turn in around 11 o'clock or midnight, well the game carries on until 7 AM Wednesday morning. So in terms of time, it's not been great in terms of playing time for people from the UK. It's perhaps a third of it has been during daylight hours, and the rest of it has been when you should have been in the land of Z. Anyway, that almost sounds like another moan, doesn't it? So let's walk away from that. Let's move away from that and get into something a bit more exciting, which is trying to get into Survivor level. So let's call up my King of the Ring team. Now, as you can see, there's just no way, there's just no air there. There's nothing left. You can't. I'm sort of waving my hand over it here. I should be waving my hand over it on the screen, shouldn't I? You just can't get any more, any closer to the blooming line there, can you? There's not even like a little chisel of a little black triangle or anything there. So it should be going to Survivor, but it's not. Now I do have, although I've got a Naomi Pro as it is, Legendary Pro, in fact I'm going to stick her down there, I've got two more. which I need to power up, but it's difficult to do that without dropping back into legendary level. Oh, network error. Flipping network error is what I'm trying to film now. I want to see if it's frozen on screen. I'm just going to see if it can... No, right. Have you ever seen that before? Waiting on a network. Right. Let's try and get back. Oh, waiting on a network. Right, come on. Let me get back on. Otherwise I could be making this video all evening. And Ninja Boy would be wondering where his dinner is. He'd be sitting up in bed going, Dad! Dad! And I'd be going, oh, Ninja Boy must be asleep. Oh, come on. This isn't good. This is not good. For something where people are spending 20, 30, 40 quid on packs. Right, here we go. The amount of money and revenue they earn from all the additionals with this game, they can't even make it run for more than a minute. Right, what was I doing? King of the Ring. Butt crack. Right, I'm there. Train of thought. Back on. Butt crack. What I'm going to do now is just add some enhancements. I've got quite a few tasty enhancements as it is knocking around. So, I'm just going to feed him some more and see. Let's stick a legendary in there. Yeah. Go on. Don't question me. Just get on with it. It worked. It worked first time round. Look at that. Right back. So, there we go. Well, it didn't take long to demonstrate that, did it? I'm not going to add any more enhancements in. I'm just going to get on with it. Begin King of the Ring. Yes, I do. Take me to it. There we go. First Survivor King of the Ring coming up. So come back in a couple of days and just see how slaughtered I've been. Now then, if we can get into this without any more network errors. And here's our team. Team BadLadDad. And thank you to all you other guys. I'll see if I can put a picture up on screen around now. To all you other guys with your BadLadDad teams. There was about... How many was there? I've lost count now. I took a picture of... I think it was 9 different pictures, about 3 different teams on each. So about 27 different teams, if you can do your maths. I actually took a little montage. It was time for a montage of BadLadDad teams and BLD teams. So really do appreciate the fact that you've taken your team and named them after us. That's fantastic. And we will be keeping an eye on all your progress and see perhaps which one of you finishes highest up in the team event. But anyway, as for my team, as for my crew, what are we rocking? We're at 89th place at the moment with 5,000 points. If we just go into our team point breakdown, 3MB for life. Look at him, top lad. He's already cracked the 1,000 points. Wolfgart, that's Azrael Great Dragon, lad on YouTube. Backaroo, and there's myself. The Blaze, BLD Boys, which of course is Ninja Boy, who looks like he's perhaps played a few games. He's the bedroom on his own now. I think he's got a few more points than he perhaps had when I last looked. I need to go and check on him, don't I? And there's the rest of the crew. Reverend Nicholas, and sorry, I didn't see Bitwa. And SJ, who I know is at school and is going to come back and hasn't got school tomorrow, so he's going to be doing a bit more. So, well on crew. Now, as I've said before, that we haven't got this all singing, all dancing, every single event card. This is a nice mixture of people that basically came from a competition that we ran on YouTube. And so it just shows, we're not elitist here. It would be nice to obviously get the top prize, but it's more fun just to have a bit of chat and a bit of banter and just see how we can do. So, I'm going to have a few games. Now, I've saved around 5 title matches, I think. So, to play for your superstar. There's one interesting point that Ninja Boy made, which I'd not considered, is for him, who hasn't got any event cards, for a player like him, it's actually fun to play with event cards that you've never had before. So I guess that is an angle that perhaps some of us hadn't considered. And I must admit, it's been nice seeing cards that I don't have and seeing how people have maxed them out and how they've used them. Right, let's see if we can get through this without getting stuffed. I've obviously gone for the 10-pointer, so we can just boost ourselves up. I have to say, the matches have felt fairly easy. Now, whether that's because all teams are thrown in together and we're playing lots of different people of different strengths, I don't know. But there's very few teams that I've come across where you're actually fighting against the Nikki event card, Nikki Bella event card, and then all the event cards for the rest. It's like something out of a comedy show. This chair I'm in, I can just feel it keeps going. It's just lowering itself as I'm talking to you. I'll have to stand up in a second, which could be embarrassing because I don't think I've got any shorts on. And by that I mean shorts in England are actual like shorts, like soccer shorts or sports shorts. I don't mean, you know, your underkegs, things that keep your tackle in place. Although perhaps that's too much information. Alright, I'm waiting on a network again. While we're doing that, let's do some of that. There we go. And I'm back at my full height. And no flashing at camera either, which is even more important. I'm still waiting on a network. This is brilliant. What have you made of this? There's a few comments that we've heard. Network maintenance, for flipping X's sake. Few comments from people who missed out on their Diva as a ladder reward. They got a legendary Diva rather than Survivor Diva. Now I know a lot of people who they immediately complained to Cat Daddy, and they did get their Diva upgraded, and they got to keep the legendary Diva. But some of you, judging by your comments, haven't got that sorted. So let me know. I'm not saying I can sort anything, but if there's a few of you, then perhaps some well-placed tweets towards Cat Daddy might help you out. And secondly, right, what was I doing? It was a team event. Oh dear, so much to remember, so much to do. What was the other thing? I can't even remember what the other thing was now, because I was too busy juggling this, juggling chairs, juggling Ninja Boy, not having any sleep. Right, leaderboard. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Now, it's no great surprise if we go on to the actual leaders to see Team UK muscling in there. It's JB and the boys. And they've got, I mean, what I do like about this team setup is you can obviously click on a player. You can obviously see their team cards, but you can also go in and see what their best cards are in general. You can see the customisations, and you can see just what great cards they've got, and it's quite fun doing that. Quite fun having a look, have a little nose, see what other people have got in their decks. I'm sure you've done it to us as well. And yes, as you can see, this is a damn strong team. Some very familiar names in here. With some very strong cards, and it's no surprise, as I mentioned, to see them pushing. But the top team right now, oh, that's a bit annoying, isn't it, if you have to come out of there. The top team right now, look at that 4,000 point difference. Be interesting to see how this develops overnight. 4,000 point difference, AHTF. Now, I wasn't aware too much of who these guys were until... now we're looking at this Jonathan. Let's have a look at this Jonathan's cards. So as you can see, there's the incidents of Survivor Pros. There's quite a few knocking around in these teams. But the name that was more familiar... sorry, clumsy fingers. Big fat clumsy fingers. Zahid's, which is Turbo from Twitter, who did leave a statement a few days ago saying that he's given up playing. But he's sort of qualified that, saying... Now he's decided not to play the game as an individual. He did feel that he was letting the team down, having agreed to play in this team. So he has carried on and played. And as you can see, he's doing quite well. Now, what I was going to say, the other thing I was going to say that I'd forgotten about was this glitch that also occurred with the competition over the weekend. For the first Roman Reigns, some people from the PCC collected their rewards immediately and got their Roman Reigns. And Kill Moose Kill was one, and I'm sure he found it very amusing to see the outrage it caused. And then a few minutes later, Cat Daddy just restructured things slightly, and when it put people into a slightly lower, slightly higher category, they were able to collect rewards again. So you probably noticed there's quite a few, well at least more than one or two, Roman Reigns Prode cards knocking around. Now, how that's going to resolve itself, I don't know. Are you going to end up with some people have got 3 Roman Reigns cards? I don't know. A bit odd, because it's a bit hard to take cards away from people when you've already given them to people. I don't know how that's going to be resolved. It doesn't really affect me, to be honest, because I'm just here with my team doing my thing. Although, now I've said that, I'll probably meet Kill Moose Kill in the Survivor Road to Glory. King of the Ring. My goodness, my brain is not with me today. It's not engaging properly. Right, let's get on with just a little bit of play, a little bit of gameplay. Brooklyn Zoo. Now, one thing I am doing is, if I'm using title matches, which I've got 4 left, 5 left, 4. As I say, I collected these just through the course of getting those 400 odd points that I've already got. There's quite a few title matches dropping, which has been useful, and then I tend to play them in a bunch of bananas. What I do when I've got the title matches is just make sure you're playing a 10-point team. Right, okay, and there's some Biggie Dude fan teams up as well. It's been funny to see, and I did notice one team is Biggie Dude BadLadDad, or BadLadDad Biggie Dude, which was quite fun. A joint team, a joint fan club. Right, come on, please. No network errors, just give me... Right, we'll do that. We'll do that. Generating deck from team contributions. Right, make it a good deck. Make it a good team. Don't freeze. Okay, freeze. Sheamus, the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, if you ever get the opportunity to report on something, particularly a live sports event, isn't it great when you have an ending where here's a new champion, you're expecting a new champion, here it's out, all played nicely, and then boom, someone else steps in and you've got another champion. You've got to rewrite everything that you've just done. Keeps life on the edge, keeps life interesting. Diva, toughness, charisma. We shall go with well, that's actually my Naomi card. So through some sort of misguided loyalty, I'll play her, and then so we'll get to play the other one as it is. I'll just back her up with a bit of extra juice. Or was that enough? Was that enough? It was enough. That's good. And then so much power. Use Finn Balor. Finn Balor, my lord, Finn Balor. Oh Lord, what's he doing? Let's collect these. And it's good to see as well, when you get a clean sweep, you get the extra pick. Still have not... Well, I've skipped through Legendary now, and I never actually got a Legendary pull from the deck, apart from the freebie you get at the start. So it'd be interesting to see if I actually get any Legendary pulls now I'm on Survivor level. And I know, again, there's a few of you have sympathised, saying that you've played like 2,000 or 3,000 matches and still not had a pull. Oh, how to play. I think I'm already playing. But obviously not very well, otherwise I wouldn't have landed on that screen. It would have been on the right screen. There's been some interesting team names, some of which are a bit difficult to pronounce, some of which are like blatantly rude, and some of which are exceedingly funny. Okay, Diva. Pretty much as before. One of the things that, again, it's a recurring question that we have, is how do we film our videos? Now, when we first started doing them, I was using the camera out of the MacBook that you use for FaceTime talk, and it was okay. It wasn't great quality, but also it meant that I couldn't move the camera around screen. I don't know if you, when you see the videos when it's myself and Ninja Boy, we've got the 2 decks both up on the screen. I tend to move the camera footage around depending on which deck we're talking around, so it gives me that extra bit of freedom. So right now I'm playing on my iPad. There's a program called AirServer which is taking that picture. While I'm saying this, it's just gone off. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to carry on playing this game, and I'm carry on talking to you, and then I'll have to reset things up, but I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to carry on going. And that's the picture that I use on my Legendary Naomi. Yes, a program called AirServer. Right, I'm just going to skip out of this. Give me... Well, I can do it like that. See? So, as I was saying, I use a program called AirServer, which is what takes the signal from the iPad onto the MacBook. No wires involved. It's just a question of pressing a couple of buttons and it'll pick it up. Although, as you've noticed, it can crash now and again. What I then do is, the screen you're looking at right now is a pre-built desktop screen, so that it's got the advert for the t-shirts and things. It's got a space reserved for the iPad. So that's filmed as desktop footage, and then I overlay the camera footage on top of that. The camera footage, where does that come from? It comes from my iPhone, and my iPhone is what I'm staring at right now. It's on a little camera mount, because I've got a decent Canon 70D camera, which It's something I use for my hobby when I'm running around London. Obviously, if you live in London, you've got ready-made subjects for shooting pictures. So I use that to mount the iPhone, but the actual sound recording isn't coming from the iPhone. It's coming from a Snowball microphone, which is attached to the MacBook, which is right in front of me. And what I do then is I do still record sound on the iPhone, but when I'm marrying the two bits of footage together, you see the sound waves from the iPhone and the sound waves from the microphone. You just marry them together and then play them together to make sure they're totally in sync. Then you just mute the iPhone's volume and you're getting the clearer volume from a microphone that is, well, I could go boop, 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 and just touch it, just tap it on the head right there, because that's how close it is. Now I could make a bigger video about that if you want it. If you really want it, I could do it. Might be a bit boring, might get a bit technical, but I could do that. But that in essence is how we record things. So it's iPhone that I'm talking to, that's one bit of iMovie footage. MacBook desktop recording, which includes the iPad plus the little background that I've done. And then when I actually come to marry the two bits of footage together, it's using iMovie, which is a free program on any MacBook or any iMac. And you just crop the background so you haven't got all the little icons and things that run around the edge of your screen. It just makes it a bit cleaner. And that's how it's done. It's fairly simple. It can take a while, of course, to edit everything together if you want to do it properly. It can take a while for things to process. But I think it's worth it. And it's a lot better quality than just doing it off the one machine. And of course, one of the other disadvantages of just recording directly on your any laptop is when things start to heat up. Because if you've got some fans built in, so you've got no fans, if you've got some fans built into your machine and they kick off, it does sound like you're taking off in a jumbo jet, and it can mute the actual sound that you're trying to record. So that's why it's better to have like a microphone that comes a bit closer. I do have a lapel microphone, which is a little thing that you can clip on you, which I could plug in to the iPhone. It was just a few quid off Amazon, fairly easy to track down, and so that would give a cleaner sound. But again, that's no good if I've got Ninja Boy alongside me, because you need to hear him clearly as well. It's no good my voice booming out and him being quite in the distance. So that's why we have this Snowball microphone that's more of it can pick up sort of more of the sound around. A surround sound, around. Right, now how are we doing here? For anyone who doesn't want to film videos, that was probably a very boring 5-minute bit of banter, but I know there's a lot of you out there who want to start, and a lot of you want to give it a go, and we're here to help. We're here to let you join in, because it's all part of the fun. And of course, the more people who are doing this, the merrier, because it'll promote the game itself and ensures that more people want to play, and makes Cat Daddy realise they can make even more money, so they will persist with the game, which is all good news for us. Not the money part, but them trying to develop the game more. Right, I think I'm just about done here. I'm going to go up to when we get to the end of these credits, because I do need to go and check on Ninja Boy, see what he's up to. And also, you probably had enough of just the sound of my voice. When there's the two of us, you get a bit of a break from me, don't you? When it's just me giving it some of that all the time. Or fixing chairs, or trying to reprogram MacBooks and programs and things. Right, anything else going on excitingly? Raw. I haven't quite got to the end of Raw. The last I left Raw with Roman Reigns flat on his face. So I'm assuming there's only a few minutes of it to go. But surprise, surprise, Triple H and Stephanie coming out at the start, and Stephanie getting in Roman's face. I guess it's what we all expected, wasn't it? Right, so there we go. 5225. Let's get my picks. Another title match. There you go. It doesn't want me to stop. It's a never-ending story in a briefcase. Oh yeah, I did have the bizarre situation from PCC. I was actually targeting getting a support card, because for those again who watch us quite regularly, you'll know that I've just had ultra rare support cards that just all the way through the last few months. I haven't picked a single card above ultra rare in terms of support. So I deliberately tried to get myself an epic support, which I did. Then in my legendary King of the Ring, which I came out of last night, I was trying to lose in the final so I could get another epic support card. So I didn't power up, and the first match I lost. I thought, hey, this is great, and the guy I was playing was on full power. But then he didn't power up for the next 2 games. I obviously didn't either. But I won them both 3-2 and 3-2, so I ended up with 2 legendary cards, which I never thought I'd hear the day when I'm moaning because I've actually won a legendary King of the Ring. And out of it, I got a 5th Naomi legendary card. A 5th Naomi legendary card, and Sheamus. So I suppose I got the world heavyweight champion out of it. Not that his stats are going to particularly reflect that, but I'm not moaning about getting legendary cards because I know a lot of you don't even have legendary cards, and would wish people like me would stop moaning about having duplicates and triplicates and whatever other plicates you go up to. What was I doing there? See, this is what happens when I start rabbiting incessantly. I ain't paying attention, but I still won. Right, well, the good news is I can see from over there that it's still recording. Sensation with Sherry! It would have been nice to have finished with a nice pick, wouldn't it? So I think that's all my... is that all my... what's it's done? No. One more title match! We live to fight again! Again, I can feel this chair's just like slowly going down. Obviously eaten too many chicken nuggets recently. Right, playing the legends. They were legends in their own lunchtime. They came to fight BadLadDad. But they found BadLadDad was too tough and had too much charisma for them to make any difference, and I've said that. They fought back with Sathina Rolinza, even though it's got a bad knee. And now I'm struggling to have a good card. But I'm looking for help from my support cards. I think I'm going to use some bit of speed, because people use a bit of speed to get through life. And here we go. And that's enough to fight off the legends. BadLadDad has lost. Oh well. It was a waste of a title match, wasn't it? And a half-decent commentary. Right, there we go. That'll do for now. So team-wise, as I mentioned, this is going to go until 7 AM UK time. So I can either look forward to another night of no sleep, or I could be sensible and try and get my teammates to do it. But that wouldn't really be fair, would it? So I think there'll be a compromise between the two. I might be up to about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, bit of chiselling. But I do have to keep an eye on poor old Ninja Boy. And I will send him all your good wishes and your best wishes, because I know that you will have missed him. I know you've had enough of me for now. So all I will say is what I will say every time we come to an end of a video. Go to our Twitter account, @BadLadDad, if you want to find out when our videos are coming out. I do apologise for the fact we couldn't do a BLD Beatdown review following on from Survivor Series, but as I explained, a little bit of a set to with WWE. Nothing acrimonious, but we've resolved our differences for now. And of course, please, if you do want to see some more of what we do before I disappear down here, subscribe down below, leave your comments down below, let us know how you got on, and all there is left for me to say is, that's the lowest the chair can go. I knew the chair was going down. All that's left for me to say is, stay cool.